Hello and welcome back to PSN News. I'm Danielle Dempsey. Here with me tonight is Jessica Markovich, the Director of Events for SPA. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Jessica.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Of course. So, can you explain to us what SPA is?
All right, so SPA is the Student Programming Association here at Penn State, and our mission is to bring a bunch of fun, diverse events for the student body, free events, something to enhance the co-curricular experience for all the students.
That's great. And so, what do those events look like?
So they range from comedy events to concerts to lectures to different novelty events like glow-in-the-dark roller skating or just something simple as like a make and take stuffed animal.
Those all sound so fun. So, what do you do as the Director of Events for SPA to bring these comedy events or concerts or conversations?
Yeah, so as Director of Events, I kind of work closely with all the programming and hospitality chairs for SPA. They do all the heavy lifting of reaching out to all the vendors, to the middle agencies, and I just help guide them and assist them any way I can in the planning process of it all until the day of the event, all through.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how long have you been with SPA?
I've been with SPA since my freshman year.
Wow.
I attended the David Dobrik virtual Q&A, and I'm like, oh, I want to do it. So
Yeah.
I've been there for about 2 years now.
Wow, that's awesome. So you've been there for 2 years, so I'm sure you've seen a lot of events come and go. So this is definitely going to be a hard question for you, but if you had to choose a favorite past SPA event, what would it be?
Oh, I would probably have to say Young Gravy. I was on the hospitality committee for that time, so I got to interact with him personally one-on-one. Yeah, and shopping for the rider was fun, just interacting with him, and the concert itself was an absolute blast. So I think that would have to be my favorite.
That's awesome. So we've covered past events. What events can we look forward to in the future coming from SPA?
All right, so as Jace mentioned, we have Jeanette McCurdy coming this Thursday at 7 p.m. in Schwab Auditorium. Tickets just went live. We're about 500 sold, I believe, last time I
Wow.
checked.
Wow.
And then also we just announced tonight as well, we have a noontime concert series. So every other Tuesday we have a performer come to Hub 008 in the Hub. And tomorrow we're having Daigo. He'll be there at noon.
Wow.
And then if you want to keep an eye out in December, on December 2nd, we have a very exciting event coming up.
Okay, I'll be looking forward to that. I know that I can't wait for the Jeanette McCurdy event. I was in the studio signing up,
Yeah.
RSVPing to make sure I could get in. As Jace mentioned, she just came out with the best-selling book, but I think it's going to be so cool for us to hear it straight from her, and it's going to be really like a really cool event.
Yeah.
So, what is the process of getting in contact with these speakers and performers like Young Gravy or Jeanette McCurdy that have come in the past?
Yeah, so it's a couple week, it's a long process. So we begin with a meeting with our general members, and it takes over the course of a couple weeks. We brainstorm some names of who we want to see, break it down, narrow it down, and then our programming chairs will reach out to middle agencies. So some middle agencies we work with are called Concert Ideas and Degi Entertainment, and then they kind of go ahead and contact the artists themselves and their agencies.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So a lot of middleman work. But
Yeah, a
that's
lot of middleman.
That's really cool. And so what preparations are underway for this week's event with Jeanette McCurdy besides tickets just going on sale today?
So as we posted, we have, we're giving away 100 free signed copies. So we're just preparing the books, preparing the logistics of the day of, making sure everything will run smoothly.
Awesome. I know that I cannot wait. I think she's going to be awesome. So if you could have any celebrity come speak at Penn State, I know this is another really difficult one to choose, but if you had to choose any celebrity, who would you have?
Okay, I've narrowed it down to 2. I would do either Remy Bader or the Duffer Brothers. I'm curious to see what they would have to say.
Okay. Who's Remy Bader?
Remy Bader is a social media influencer. She's very much for body positivity, and I think not only is that, but she's hilarious. So I think she would be really good to have.
That'd be awesome, especially talking about body positivity to a bunch of college students. I think that could be relatable and something that students would be really interested in,
Most certainly,
hearing.
yeah.
And the Duffer Brothers?
They are the creators of Stranger Things. I'm just
Okay.
personally curious to see their creative process through the whole thing.
Yeah, that'd be super interesting. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in
Yeah, of
tonight. I can't
course.
wait for the Jeanette McCurdy event on Thursday and all the other events that SPA has coming up in the future.
Well, thank you for having me.
Next up, Brendan and Paloma will bring us the latest news from across the nation. We'll be right back.